Hey everyone, I'm the Pixel Pathfinder, and my goal is to help you find great new indie games to play. In this video, I wanted to take a look at my Steam replay for 2024, take a look back at the games that I played in 2024, and just put this out there. Maybe you want to find some games that you're interested in, or maybe you want to compare your Steam replay to mine. If you didn't know, you can go to Steam, you can look underneath your username, and down at the bottom there should be Steam replay down there. You can click on that and get your stats. So let's get right into it. So kicking things off here, 41 different games played in 2024, 32 new games, 93 demos, and 11 play tests. So definitely quantity of game versus quantity of time in specific games when it comes to what my play time looked like over the course of 2024. That being said, there are some games that I invested a good amount of time into that I don't play on Steam, so they won't show up here. I'll try to mention those at appropriate places. Unlock some achievements, that's fine. The keyboard, mouse versus controller thing, that's kind of whatever. So let's go on and take a look. 28% of my playtime this year apparently went to Last Epoch. And I think if you had asked me what games have I played a lot this year on Steam, I would have said Last Epoch at some point for sure. The 1.0 for this game launched back, I think, in February, and I played a bunch of it in February and March, and then I put it down, and I've basically been waiting for the second season or league or whatever they're calling it to come out, which I think is going to come out sometime maybe Q1 of 2025. So I'll definitely hop back in and check it out when they do release it again, because I had fun. I had a good time, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they improve the game and continue to expand on it. Then we have Smite. 10% of my playtime was for Smite. I literally just played Smite because I was trying to earn things for Smite 2. And then at some point I just kind of went, yeah, I don't really care that much, and stopped playing it. So I don't think I would have mentioned Smite if you asked me what games I played a lot this year on Steam. I don't even think I would have thought about it. And then oddly enough, PictoPix is 8% of my playtime here. And this is just a Picross game that sometimes I would play to kind of like just zone out and chill. It's a game to put on where like there's like a puzzle to solve, but I don't have to invest much of anything else in it. It's not mechanically challenging. It's kind of mentally challenging depending on the puzzle, but you know, I don't know. It's just a kind of a relaxing game that I play quite a bit. So it makes sense to me. I wouldn't have said this one either though, if you asked me. So how do I compare it to the rest of the Steam community here? 150 achievements versus the Steam medium of 13. Played 41 games versus the Steam medium of 4. And my longest streak was 10 days versus the Steam medium of 6. So I think I've got some stats up over the median, at least, here on Steam. Now, what I think is really interesting is this section here about the breakdown between playtime between new, recent, and classic games. So the least amount of playtime this year for me, 12%, went towards classic games that were released from 8 or more years ago. For other Steam users, about 37% of their time is spent on classic games. So I'm only about a third of the average spent in these types of games this past year. Then if we go up to recent favorites, so these are games that came out within the past 1 to 7 years, I've got 22% of my playtime in those recent favorites. And on average, all Steam users have about 47%. So I'm 50% or so, a little bit less than that compared to most Steam users. But then we get into new releases. 66% of my playtime, 2/3 of my playtime was spent on games that came out in 2024 compared to the average for all Steam users being 15%. So I have over 4 times the amount of playtime spent on new release games than the average Steam user. And I think that really goes to show that's one of the reasons that I made Pixel Pathfinder. This is where I spend the majority of my time, is checking out new games to play. So it's nice to see that backed up in the data here. As far as what I play, the kind of breakdown here, You know, MOBA, that's because of Smite. Like, I really don't play MOBAs a lot, honestly. Multiple endings is kind of a weird tag. I don't even pay attention to that. Turn-based tactics makes sense. Tabletop games make sense. And then card battler and roguelike deck builder, for sure. Those are some of my favorite genres. I'm a little bit jaded with the genre now, so I often play them and then just kind of go, ah. But I think this year I spent a lot of time playing, I want to say I was playing Wild Frost a lot. I played a good amount of Cobalt Core. I played Dyson Fold. Quite a few different deck building games that came out that I actually really enjoyed. Taking a closer look at the top played games, I mean, this is what it is. You know, I mainly played Last Epoch in February and March, like I said, when that 1.0 came out. Smite, I played in January, and that's literally it. I guess I just happened to play quite a bit over the course of January to try to get some of those achievements. Pictopix, it looks like I only played it in March. This one, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. So this is a game I actually would highly recommend. It's probably in my top 10 for 2024. I haven't made that video yet, but it's probably up there. There's a lot of game left for me to play in Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. I spent quite a good amount of time in this game back in February, and then I kind of popped in April. I think there was maybe like a content drop that I logged in to try a character or something. And then in May, I was trying to get a friend of mine to play with me, and unfortunately, like, things just got really busy for me here, and I didn't get to play as much co-op as I wanted, but I definitely want to go back to Grand Blue Fantasy Relink and play this game some more. So, yeah. And then Dyson Fold, look at that. I played a ton of Dyson Fold in June, and then a little bit in July, and then I came back. I think there were a couple updates in October. I played a little bit there. I also did a live stream back here on the channel as well. Another game that I really enjoyed from 2024. My playtime by month, this is where you can kind of see when I said, hey, a lot of stuff was going on IRL. The proof is in the pudding here, right? So I played a lot in January, February, and March. That dipped a ton in April, May, June, so Q2, and then I almost didn't get to play at all during Q3 of 2024. Just because of stuff going on at work and, you know, some IRL obligations and things that I had. And then we're kind of starting to ramp back up a little bit here. Got some extra playtime in because of the Thanksgiving holiday, and December will probably spike up quite a bit too with the holidays there. So, you know, you can see a reflection here of, oh man, it makes sense why we got the Pixel Pathfinder videos we did this year. You know, life just happens sometimes. You know, playtime with a controller, sure. Metaphor, I've played about 8 hours or so. Enshrouded is pretty fun. I've been playing that with my wife off and on some. I think I probably got about 12 hours in there, somewhere in there. Ys 8, I picked up. Atelier, Ryza, I picked up as well. I've probably played about 2 hours a piece in those. Definitely, I've played Grand Blue Fantasy the most out of these games. I played 85 different demos. 113 sessions. I did play some of these demos multiple times. You know, it doesn't show a top 5. That's kind of unfortunate. Play tests. I participated in 10 different play tests, and the one that I spent the most time in was Day of the Shell, which had a video here on the channel recently that's doing pretty well. Really enjoyed that game. Looking forward to where it ends up. I'm not sure it'll come out in 2025, but it'd be cool if it did. Longest daily streak, you know, 10 days here. I played 14 different games. It's not going to show all of them. Just because I played these doesn't mean that I like them. That's definitely for sure. Moving on. So here's the breakdown for the games that I played this year. So back in January, a couple of things I want to mention here. So Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, amazing CRPG. Really love this game. I think I popped it on and just kind of tried some of the new content. Wild Frost is one of my favorite deck builders for sure. And I spent a lot of time playing that at the end of last year, but that also kind of bled into January. Some of these games I played specifically for checking out on the channel, so like The Last Flame, Steam World Build, Primateria I played but didn't make a video for, etc, etc. This Atelier game sucks. It's like a gacha game. Mice Guard's terrible. A little bit of Baldur's Gate 3. I think I played more of that in December of 2023. February we get into basically some demos, couple demos. Grand Blue Fantasy, and then Last Epoch as well. March is purely Last Epoch and a little bit of Pictopix. Moving on to April, it says I played Darkest Dungeon. I literally like opened this up and did 2 things and then closed it. Tabletop Simulator, I did play. I played a couple games with some friends. We got on, I think we played Role Player, which was pretty fun. Fallout 4, I was excited by the TV show, and I'd play Fallout 4 on the PlayStation, and I decided to pick up the PC, all DLC edition, and I just kind of like logged in and was like, no, I didn't really want to play that. But I think it cost me like $8 or something, so it wasn't the end of the world. May, even split, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, and then also I played Indy's Lies, a pretty fun deck builder that's got a sequel coming out in the near future. Or the future, I guess. It could be 2025, 2026. I'm not sure. Looking forward to that. June, looks like I played a lot of games for the channel here. Every single one of these was a demo that I played for the channel. Didn't make a video for all of them. These bottom 3 here, I did not end up making a video for. Iron Hive, I made a video for, but didn't end up publishing it. In July, I played Snowbreak. That's funny. I think that's when that game first came out. That's like a shooter gacha that definitely went in a totally different direction in the most recent months here. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. Lots of Dice and Fold. August, I played Knock on the Coffin Lid, the prologue. I think I played this for 30 minutes and then turned it off. Couple demos in September, some playtests and some demos and stuff in October. I played Against the Storm on stream. I played Dice and Fold and Dimensionals on stream. Kill Knight did a video for. November, I got some time in on Metaphor. I kind of really was wanting to play some JRPGs, at least I thought I was. So Metaphor, Ys, Atelier, Tactics Ogre, Etrian Odyssey. Like those are all me starting to reach out and play some JRPGs here. I did play a couple JRPG demos, I think in November. And one of them I really, really enjoyed, which was Romancing Saga 2, I think, the remaster. I'm looking forward to getting to play that. I actually just picked up the full version here recently. And then in December, played a few things here. I've got a video already out for Darkest Dungeon 2. I've got one coming out for Chrono Arc. So, that is kind of an overview of my Steam replay for 2024. I will say for games that I played in 2024 that aren't on Steam, a lot of Path of Exile. I played Zenless Zone Zero and Honkai Star Rail, the Hoyo gacha games. I played those. I played AFK Journey. I played Wuthering Waves. Lots of like gacha idle game stuff that I kind of play in the background. So I played those, and I don't know if there was, much of anything else. I've played Path of Exile 2. I played the Bazaar. Anything else that I installed on my computer? I don't really think so. I think that kind of covers it. I mostly spent this year, if we look back on that playtime over the course of the year, like I got a lot of time in here playing some games I had fun with, and then pretty much from April to October, I just did not have a lot of time to play games. And most of what I was playing was the kind of gacha idle stuff that I could not really care about. I could hop on for 15 minutes, make a little progress and then turn it off. And so here we are at the end of the year, hopefully ramping back up. And then also I'm really hoping to kind of sustain a little bit more of that playtime across the entire year for next year. So anyway, if you want to compare your Steam replay, feel free to do that. Let me know. I'm really curious to see if anybody beat me in number of demos, play tests, or if you beat me on the statistic for types of games played. Like, do you have higher than 66% of your playtime as new releases? So if you beat me in any of those stats, let me know, because you're exactly the kind of person I think that would enjoy the Pixel Pathfinder. And if nothing else, hopefully this is data just backing up the fact that I am somebody who plays a ton of new games, and I try to bring you guys cool recommendations or showcase games here for you on the channel that I think, you know, either I really like or I think other people might like. So look forward to a couple of videos, a couple more list videos coming up here. I'll do my top games of 2024, and then I'm working on my most anticipated games of 2025 as well. So those will be coming down here. I got a couple weeks of vacation coming up and really plan to kind of jam some videos from there. So with all that said, y'all have a great holiday. Throw a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Like I said, let me know if you beat some of my stats in the comment section below. And as always, thanks for checking out one of my videos, and I'll see you on the next one.